Work session is now 6:30 for Monday, February 10th. This is our work session. I'm going to go ahead and get started with our committee department reports, starting with planning and zoning. Chairwoman Lisa Newberry.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to call Tim up to the podium. We've got
Lisa, can I interrupt you? I'm sorry. I think I need to add something to my agenda that's not here. We were supposed to talk about, I need to make a motion to adopt to amend the agenda. I'm sorry to interrupt. I just need to do that before you start. Yeah, because the IT thing that Kyle, we're talking about, that's better, right? Yeah, I need to. Okay. None of us have an updated agenda.
Also, Danny
Okay,
Ford.
yeah, because it's got my pieces on it. Yeah, we don't have this. It's on the new, yeah, there's two new things underneath. Sorry. I think we're close together. Can you just put it, Kyle, can you just put it up there and we'll be fine?
Yes.
It is on this updated, we just didn't get it, so are you guys okay if we use this one? Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lisa, I apologize.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so tonight is my first night as planning zoning chair, so I've asked him to be my backup here, so I'll be straight, make sure I do all this right. But we've got 6 different cases to look at. And to explain it all, the map up here, you can see the cases in red are asking for annexation, the cases in black are asking for rezone. And we'll start with the first one, that's A19-16, and the reason for that is because it is touching city property. And we cannot annex in unless it does touch city property. So it's a lot of reading just to make sure that we are compliant with state, so bear with me here. The applicant on case number A19-016 is Morrison Holdings. The property owner is also Morrison Holdings. The map and parcel number is C00400105000. The address is 4550 Tuck Road, and the acreage is 4.202. The current zone, do I need to go through the rezoning back to back?
Yes, you need to do the annexation and then do the rezone.
Okay, and they're also asking for a rezone, and that case number is 19-017. If you see it on your map, it's right next to the one we just talked about, or I just talked about. Everybody good? The applicant is also Morrison Holdings. The owner is also Morrison Holdings. The map and parcel number is C00400105000. The present zoning is B3. The requested zoning is CH. The address is 4550 Tuck Road, and the acreage is 4.202. Okay, the next one we're going to look at is 19-0.
You need to ask for comments.
Okay.
Is the applicant here?
Mr. Stryker here? I don't see him in the audience who was supposed to be here tonight.
Okay, do we have any questions on that, any discussion?
Can we ask questions about it?
That's it.
We're adjoining property on this tract of all we want to develop. It's all over.
Excuse me, sir. Can you state the name?
My name's David Baker,
There you go.
and I live on, which is actually a Tuck Road, actually Tom Woods. Our family owns a good bit of property there. And when Walton County rezoned it, it was contingent on the developer only putting curbing so it could have no left-hand turns coming out of this development. And then we did the thing with LBD, they followed through with that also. But we're just asking that the city honor that, because if you go to the left, it all dumps in the very residential area. And we've had a terrible issue with trucks since they built the other developments out there. And they don't, they ignore the signs and everything else.
Okay, I mean, a very good point. Let me say this too, the Planning and Zoning Commission did recommend this to be rezoned in or annexed in with the condition of the right out only. What about coming in? We didn't, Tim, you and I didn't talk about this. What about coming in?
That was not a recommendation by the planning commission, it was just a ride out only from the complex. But that is a condition that y'all certainly could put on it.
So if we don't, the trucks will come in, they could come in off old Loganville, turn left on Tuck Road, and come right down that same.
Yeah, we hadn't thought about that. Yes, we would love to speak that way.
So the condition would be right in, right out,
We're not opposed to
or
zoning.
left in, right out only.
We just have to live there.
Sure. Yeah, I wouldn't want these big trucks to come through either, but it's a very valid point.
So, Gerald, what do you think about trucks coming in? I know you haven't thought about it, but.
I think what Tim just said, we'll have right out only and
Yeah, it would be left in,
Left only.
right out.
good condition.
That's very acceptable to us.
Okay. Okay, any more discussion, any questions? Yes. It is ultimately gonna be, how many warehouses, several different warehouses being built there.
Yes, he's looking to build, it's 8 to 10, but it's gonna be office warehouse use.
And it says it's already approved and permitted with Walton County?
Yes, it was,
Okay.
with the condition of the ride out.
And what's the reason to go into the city? Why is it?
Sewer.
Why do they want to?
He wants sewer, he's not here tonight. Am I right saying that, Tim, mainly
Correct,
because we have
it's
sewer?
just to get on the sewer, because with the county, they require more space, because they have to put in septic versus sewer.
Do we have the infrastructure to have it?
I'm sorry?
And there's no water on the street.
Right.
Right now, it's certified 1 meter, serves all those buildings, it's on Gwinnett County water line.
Okay.
It serves all those buildings, so I think he wants water, am I not right, Tim?
Yeah, so if it is annexed into the city, then it will be on city water and sewer.
And do we have the infrastructure there for it? Or we were going to?
He will be installing it on his property to connect our lines on Sharon Church.
Which are already there?
I'm sorry, not Sharon Church, Cottage Road.
Okay.
And our line, I'm glad you want to, Danny, our line will connect, we're wanting to connect from the end of his line on over to Destination Smart.
Correct.
To provide bathrooms.
It'll be around all the way, but yes, you'll need.
Yeah.
Tim, from what I understand, that's a benefit for us, because we were gonna build a line anyway to hook up to Destination Park. Now, he's hooking part, is that correct?
Correct. Yes.
If this is gonna be a business park, is there gonna be like 18 footers?
It's gonna be office warehouse.
Office.
So there's the potential for big trucks bringing in deliveries.
Did planning and zoning give an approval recommendation?
They did, with the condition right out only.
Okay, because our company's not going. Okay, it's the recommendation. Is it did?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll move on to the next case, 19-017.
Chairman Barry,
Yes.
in doing a rezone, not the annexation, but as far as the rezone, need to offer it up to people who want to speak before or against. In the audience.
Okay. Is there anyone who would like to speak against this or for this? Good. All right, 19-017, Marson Holdings is the applicant. The property owner is also Marson Holdings. The map of parcel C 004-001-500, 4550 Tuck Road. Present zone is B3, asking to rezone to CH 4.202. Do we have any discussion on that? Any questions, anyone? Anyone from the audience?
Now, is that from B3 to CH? Is that, because I got L1, LI in here.
Yes, he did change the requested zoning from LI to CH, commercial house. Okay, next case is 19-018. The applicant is Uprise Development. The property owner is also Uprise Development. The map of parcel C 0040009G. The address is 4550 Tuck Road. The acreage is 5.263. Also asking for annexation in. Do you have any questions on that, any discussion?
Any discussions on the floor? Go ahead, sir.
Well, all these tracks, we want that thing to apply about the turn, because actually the road will come in one of the other tracks. It'll all be one development when it's said and done.
Yeah, and as I understand, there's only one way in and out, is that right? There's only,
Yes, but we need to do the condition.
Okay.
If it's approved for all three pieces of property, that way if the development changes and the road location changes, then that condition will be on all the properties.
okay, so then, the Planning and Zoning Commission did recommend that we approve this with conditions of right out only, and we're gonna recommend that we approve it with right out and left only.
Right out, left in.
Right out, left in. Thank you. Any questions? Any questions from the audience? Okay, next case is 19-019. This is, asking for rezoning. The applicant is Uprise Development, the property owner is Uprise Development. The map of parcel C 0040009G. The present zoning is B3, the requested zoning is CH. Your packets is LI at CH. The address is 4550 Tuck Road. The acreage is 5.263. And again, it's proposed development for office and warehouse. The Planning and Zoning Commission did recommend that we approve this with right only in, right only out, and left only in. 5 times we'll get it down. Any discussion?
Any discussions on the floor about?
Okay, 2 more. Case number 19-014, Uprise Development is the applicant. The property owner is C.H. Brooks. The map of parcel C 0040009. Present zoning B3. The address is 4550 Tuck Road. The acreage is 2.174. And again, the Planning and Zoning Commission recommended that we approve this with the right out only and the left in only. Any questions? Any questions in the audience? Okay, last one is 19-015. The applicant is Uprise Development. The property owner is O.H. Brooks. The map and parcel C 0040009. The present zoning is B3. Requesting to zone it to CH. It's 2.174 acres. And again, it's office and warehouse. And the Planning and Zoning Commission did recommend to approve this right out, left only in. Do we have any questions on that? Anyone on the floor? Okay, so that's all I have for planning and zoning, other than some updates on Thursday night for code enforcement.
We're gonna be voting on this, on Thursday.
Hey, Tim, real quick, just for my clearance, because I was out, is this LI a typo?
When he first submitted the applications, he had it in his light industrial.
Okay.
And when he came before the planning commission, he asked that that be changed to commercial highway. But we needed to leave it on the application until it came before the council to actually change it.
So for Thursday night, we need to change it to CH for the agenda.
When they vote on it, yes, to CH.
Okay.
Which is the higher or?
The more dense use would be light industrial.
Okay, thank you, Tim.
Thank you so much, Chairwoman Lisa Newberry. Now we're coming down to Finance/Human Resources, Chairwoman Ann Hunsinger.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have 2 things on my agenda tonight. The first thing I want to talk to everybody about is a high-speed fiber beta testing implementation. So this is an idea that Kyle came up with to give us another enterprise fund. It's going to, the point is to tap into the fiber that we ran for the city last year. This would give enough businesses along that corridor the opportunity to have high-speed fiber through the city rather than through Comcast or AT&T. Kyle did a big spreadsheet and looked at what it would cost. We have a not to exceed of $14,000 on it, and that's equipment, training, all the tools necessary to maintain it. The idea is that we're going to start with 5 guinea pigs who are willing to add on to their fiber, add on to their existing internet, add the city to see how it works. And if everything goes well, which we expect it will, to roll it out. Now, I believe that it's going to be an 18-month to a 24-month return on investment. In other words, what we're going to spend on it now, we're not going to get back until we're out 18 to 24 months, which is a pretty good ROI for a new enterprise fund. That's sort of the top end of it. Kyle, do you have anything you'd like to add, or does anybody have any questions? Kyle might be able to answer.
I just got a comment. With everything that's going on, and I trust Kyle, but with everything that's going on with IT and hacking, Rockdale now happened, I mean, we definitely need to do these things. So Kyle, I apologize for bringing this up.
Well, and to talk about hacking, just so everybody knows, because this was a question I had. The traffic that would come in from people using the fiber would be on a completely separate network than the city. So they would not cross. So we would not run into any issues with hacking or viruses that would be on one network and might hit the other, and that has already been discussed.
So, and who is our customer list? Just people?
Businesses on the corridor where the fiber already is, which is essentially from the plant all the way down and 20 this way.
Okay.
To expand potentially into Pecan Street and Covington Street, is that right?
Yeah, just the downtown district, what you guys have laid out as a downtown overlay.
You mentioned ROI, what type of ROI?
Well, it's 2 years, the investment we're talking about, that's in your council packet, at 14,000 not to exceed, in 2 years we should get that back. From it's proposed that we'll have, our goal is to have 25 customers a year for the next 2 years after the beta testing program. Of course, before we actually deploy this as a service, we would come back and discuss it with y'all and how the beta testing went and everything. But within that 2 year period, we think we can have an ROI in about 2 years. But of course, it all depends on how many customers you get, what speed they choose, what we have income from internet service.
So the people that we used to test, how long of a span would they do to test? Like 2 months, 6 months?
The goal is 6 months, but it doesn't have to be 6 months, but we think in 6 months I can get all the systems figured out, the processes for tech support, who they call, forms that have to be filled out, contracts that have to be decided by the city attorneys and things like that.
Is the long-term vision to expand this?
Yeah, the difficult part with broadband, especially fiber, is the installation of the main infrastructure. So you guys voted last year to install the connection to the plant, which was a huge step in the right direction, and it's saving us almost $100,000 on this project. So that's a portion we don't have to pay. So to spend this small little bit of money to possibly get back more of that investment or quicker, the ROI on that project alone was 5 years. So if you do something like this, it actually could increase the ROI on that previous project by doing something like this.
And what we would ask is the people who are doing it, which have not completely been identified yet, would continue to keep their current DSL or whatever and operate this in parallel, where there could be some experimentation about speed and uptime. Minimum 3-month test, maximum 6-month test. We talked about contracts and how we're going to do all that, and that's kind of up in the air. But this amount is in the budget, so this is not a non-budgeted item. He's got that in.
And I'm assuming we're going to be competitive with AT&T and whoever else.
Yeah, I think the figures, we're going to save maybe 10 to 15% over AT&T and Comcast. But candidly, one of the things we're not sure of is what kind of support does it require? You know, is it going to blow Kyle's phone up with outages? And since it's only business, you know, mostly it's during the week. But that's why it's an experiment, is to see, is it going to give us the return on investment we want? But Kyle's got the experience to do it, and I think it's a good move for another enterprise fund.
I think it's absolutely good move for enterprise.
And the other thing you need to know that even if we did do this, we still got to send the money to buy the equipment because our line here still copies fix it. So not only if this burns up a disaster in 7 months, we still want to use equipment to fix any of our breakages from the plant to here or to the health department in the future.
Does anybody have any other questions or any feedback? Would anybody agree be okay with putting that on consent?
Any,
Yeah, sure.
any questions about this agenda, about this topic?
Is that gonna be also on Covington and Church Street as well?
Can you hear?
On Covington and Church Street, I think eventually, maybe, I don't think that's the original, that's not the beginning infrastructure, but that certainly can be tied in at a later point.
For y'all, so if I'm understanding correctly, Loganville's gonna start selling internet service? Is that?
The city of Loganville may offer fiber services to businesses that we already have fiber in that spot, yes.
In that spot. Okay, so this is not something for either government to use, this is, it's like, y'all gonna sell like Comcast and AT&T, right? Is that what I'm hearing?
Is that what, I'm sorry.
Yes, go,
That's
yes,
right.
that's correct. It will be an income for the city.
Yes.
Well, how, and I'm just playing devil's advocate, okay, I'm not, I mean, I see Comcast trucks and AT&T trucks out all the time, fixing houses and stuff like that. Is the city of Loganville gonna be that prepared to deal with that type of tech support? I mean, do you have the budget to hire those type of employees and run those type of trucks? Have that kind of depth?
Well, I think that's a valid question. I think that's one of the reasons we're putting this on the testing phase. It is on a less than a mile or two radius from this building. And we're not gonna have to be dependent on a Comcast and Xfinity, et cetera, to get us fixed, to get somebody back up. That's why it's under test. That's why we're looking at it, to see if it's reasonable.
Is the test a 2-year test, or is this, is that what you're saying, this ROI, when you're talking about, is that a 2-year test, or is this what is the finite time for the testing procedure before y'all determine, hey, this is gonna cost us more money to operate than AT&T does? That's my.
Well, I think initially the 3 to 6 month initial rollout will give us most of that data. I believe that if it, I'm certain we have to look at this as a council, but if it becomes where Kyle's up 24/7 and the experience for the customer is bad over that 6 months, I can't imagine we would vote to continue it.
So you do have a timeline with an evaluation point then?
Well, yes, the 6 months is the test period, and the return on investment means, we believe in 24 months we've recouped the 14 grand.
Kyle, can you speak to the experience we've had so far using it?
Yeah, every city building, all the fire stations, the police department, this building, when we were at the old city hall, the utilities plant, we were all on Comcast. And I can't off the top of my head tell you the numbers, but we were spending a fortune on phone lines and internet service. So we moved, let alone that monthly Comcast has outages. So everything in the city, everybody relies on the same servers and the same network connections. It's all integrated together. So when the internet connection goes out to the water treatment plant, they lost their phones, they've lost their software they use to input their data for their water treatment facility and everything, so they can't use anything. So every time Comcast service goes out, they can't use anything. And that's, if any of y'all have Comcast, that's a regular occurrence with Comcast. And it doesn't matter if you're a business customer or you're a residential customer, they go out constantly. So when we moved into this building, the school in the county actually has an agreement with Monroe Utilities. And actually at the state level, they have a law that requires Monroe Utilities to have the ability to run fiber to all the schools, so all the schools can integrate together for the same reason. The reason they use fiber is because the reliability of fiber is, I don't know what the times, but I would say 10 to 100 times stronger than the reliability of copper lines, which is cable or AT&T's copper line service. So the reasoning behind the whole school thing is so they had the fiber. So when we moved into this building, we had fiber in this building. So we came up with an agreement with Monroe Utilities. They offered us fiber internet service here. We've had it since we moved in, and it has not had an outage one time. So just literally from personal experience, I can tell you I was managing Comcast accounts for years, and weekly I'd have a Comcast account to call on to call Comcast and ask them to fix it. And in this building, I've never had to call Monroe Utilities to fix a fiber line, so. That's personal experience, that's not me making things up. And I can say that without knocking on wood, because I'm on the phone with Monroe every day, because that's part of this deal, is working with Monroe to make this work, so.
Any other questions? I think there's way back there.
So I'm to assume City of Loganville we're going to start a telecommunications business competing with the industry leaders like Comcast and AT&T, and we're going to do a better job than they have done. Is that what I'm hearing? And this guy here is trying to steal my thunder a little bit.
Sir, just, what is your name?
My name is Bob Post.
Bob Post?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So is that what I'm hearing here? We're going to do a better job than the experts in the field? Because
Sir, I'll let
that
you
makes
know.
no sense to me. In reliability, fiber's faster, yes, but reliability factor, I question that.
Mr. Poston, what if we were able to provide this service to the businesses of Loganville at a better speed, at a better rate, with better uptime, which brought more money into the enterprise fund, which lowered taxes? Would that be a problem?
If is a powerful word. I don't see it happening.
Yes,
And
but
we're
you're
talking
supposed to.
technology, and I live in the world of technology, and so I play devil's advocate a lot. I'm a Comcast high-speed internet customer now with my business in Loganville, and the reliability. Technology changes so fast. I don't understand how. But now we're in the city charter or whatever document. Where would it be written that we're to now be competing with customers like Comcast and AT&T? And now we're going to be competitors against these companies that have expertise in this field. Where is our expertise to make us bigger, faster, stronger, more profitable than AT&T?
Can I say something here? I think the bigger question here is the enterprise fund. Maybe folks don't have a good understanding what the enterprise fund is, and that we only have one enterprise fund. And if you compare us to other cities around, such as Monroe, who has, maybe you know, Danny, you can correct me, they have an airport, they have all utilities, water, sewer, gas, electric, telecommunications. So it's not unusual for municipalities to try to find different enterprise funds to create extra funds to run the city.
It's another revenue stream.
What's the source of these funds? I mean, I'm sorry, I don't understand what the enterprise fund means.
The enterprise fund is a business fund for governments. So it's like the water and sewer. We're the exclusive provider for water and sewer.
Got it.
So eventually the city of Loganville could become the exclusive provider for internet in the city of Loganville if we were able to become successful in this.
If we were able to become successful.
Right, everything
What
starts-
cost would the citizens be tasked to fund this experiment?
Well, right now it's $14,000.
And it's in the budget.
So at the end of $14,000, if we've not achieved certain goals, we stop, or do we just
Yes.
keep throwing money in?
6 months is no good, and it's a disaster, then we cancel it. It's that simple. That's why we're telling customers not to cancel their provider, so in case this crash and burns, they can have a backup to go to. So this is, everything starts somewhere, and it's gotta start small, and eventually, hopefully that this will be successful, and we can get another enterprise fund for the city. That's one of the biggest questions we get. Why don't we have power? Why don't we have gas? Well, the forefathers didn't see it at the time to need it. So, we gotta start somewhere.
Well, I just didn't understand the reason that the local city government would be in the business of telecommunications.
Yeah, it's a revenue stream. Hopefully that if it's successful, then Kyle's, per se, he comes out of the general fund, which is tax money. His salary and his department will be funded by the enterprise fund. Just like the fiber we ran from here to the plant, that was paid for out of non-tax revenue that came from the water and sewer revenue. So,
Well, sure. I mean,
Yeah.
that's infrastructure of the
it's
city.
just piggyback from that, so that's why we chose where we ran it, and hopefully we can get the corridor of businesses on 20, and let's see how it works. If it doesn't work, then we haven't lost them, because we still need this equipment to run our lines that we have now. So, other than Kyle's time, that's about all we'll be out of. It's unsuccessful.
All right, thank you for your answers.
Thank you. Go ahead, sir.
John Walker. I understand from friends that live in Monroe that your system grew to the fact that now the citizens, not the government, not the utilities, the citizens are limited to whose internet service they can use and whose television service they can use. They can't they can't go out and buy who they want, now they're using who the city says they can use. Is our system gonna grow to the point that you're gonna tell me who's cable I can use, whose television I can use? I mean, that's what happens.
Television's not, is it?
Television's not gonna be included, we're only focusing on businesses.
Well,
I know.
That's what happened there. They started out with businesses, and now it goes into every home. Whose internet you can use, whose television.
Yeah, various numbers of the water and sanitation you have here, you have to use our vendors. Like sanitation has to be advanced. Water is the city of Loganville, because so yes, it could potentially, if it gets successful, that for internet, that the city could be the exclusive provider once the 50-year or the 99-year contract with Comcast expires.
See, that's a disaster in the road.
I'm not sure
Thanks,
about
Tom.
that.
Right, any other questions?
Hey Kyle, where are you gonna find, are you gonna call people?
Sorry?
You gonna call local businesses and see if they want in on this?
We actually have a company that hopefully we're gonna use to help us just with sales, so that we don't have to go out and actually do door-to-door sales. But he has already researched that it was any part of the feasibility study we did to make sure that it was something we wanted to look into.
And the return on investment is not counting on 100% participation from businesses, because we recognize that a lot of people are already in contract. So I think we figured 30%, is that the number that we figured, and we still have a good return?
Plan for 5. And more than that, really no.
Yeah, the goal is, we don't want a huge influx of customers right off the bat, say 20 customers, and then we have to make configuration changes, and then 20 customers are offline for 10 minutes while we're making configuration changes. So the goal is to set out how the configuration needs to be set up, how the network needs to be engineered, for lack of a better term, on how everybody's going to be getting their service. Then we can start putting on customers that we can provide an adequate service. Otherwise, if everybody hates it, then what's the point of the thing? So gradually we do these first few, and then we maybe 20, 25 in the first year, and then a few more the next year, gradually build up the customers.
Anybody else?
You okay with consent?
Consent.
Mr. Mayor, the second thing I have is about the fire truck mobile data terminals. As you remember, in late, and it's in your packet, you can see the computers. It's probably almost to the bottom. There's a Dell EMC quote. These are tough books for the fire trucks, similar to the middle of 2019 when we upgraded the police cars with better computers and brackets, etc. This will also do that in the fire trucks. I think they're on Surfaces, is that where they are? So Microsoft Surfaces, which have, taken a beating in a fire truck. So this is new replacement equipment, and they're in budget. Questions? Kyle, do you have anything you want to talk about?
Any questions out? That's all.
Anybody have any issue with putting this on?
No, they're currently
now
on
in
service.
Surfaces.
They're currently on service.
Yeah, the tough books are covered. Okay. And that's all I have, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Chairman Anton Singer. Coming down to Public Safety, Chairman Gable.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm going to call a familiar face up to the podium. Mr. Morrow, will you please explain to us this EMA contract with Walton County, and it's good to see you.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. It's good to be here. All familiar faces. For some reason, I don't know why. I actually have a couple items I'd like to talk to you about. Excuse me, before I get to the statewide mutual aid agreement. Just kind of want to let the citizens know, as well as the council, that on February 28th, at the government building on the 3rd floor of the old boardroom, we will be having a hazard mitigation meeting. That is a public meeting. You are more than welcome to come to it. I encourage the cities, all municipalities that have some departments represent there. This plan is your plan, so whatever foresight you have on hazard mitigation problems, any kind of future projects you want to do that the government can chip in 75% on, you can put them in this plan and hopefully get them in the future. So that's February the 28th, starting at 10 a.m. on the 3rd floor in the old boardroom at the government building. Also, this is an invitation to the city council and the mayor and Danny and Natalie and all you folks that sit up there and talk to us. We are putting on an ICS 402 class. This is an incident command system class. It is hosted by GEMA. The date will be March the 11th. It's going to start at 8 a.m. in the morning. It will also be at the government building. However, that one will be in the jury assembly. Lunch, we will provide lunch. GEMA will provide lunch for that. This class, my goal with this class is to get all governing officials, elected officials, and so forth, familiar with the ICS system. And what this allows is, in the future, this could potentially allow us to get more money back when a federally declared disaster occurs. So basically, if the city has some money invested into an emergency, they may have a potential to get back anywhere from 5 to 10% more on their expenditures. So that is a class that I would love to see y'all smile on the face of that early in the morning. That class starts at 8 a.m. You will have to sign up. If you have trouble signing up on GEMA's website, you can call me and I will walk you through the process, or you can just call me and I will write your name down on the roster. I did get a couple emails back, no, that you can't make it. And that's great. I'm glad your son is doing what he's doing. That's awesome.
Thank you.
All right, now the meat and potatoes. This state mutual aid contract is what I've come to before you tonight about is this is nothing new to the county. However, it is new to the cities. This contract, I found out in January, GEMA has required this to go. They've changed the rules a little bit. They wanted this to go in front of all municipalities, not just the county. In the past, we fell under the county's mutual aid agreement. Well, now they want all municipalities to sign off on it. So basically what the state mutual aid assistance agreement is just an agreement between you and the state. Signifying that if you ever get into a disaster like Irma, and you need assistance, you used up all your resources and you need assistance. And the county's used up all their resources and all your surrounding departments have used up all their resources. We have an avenue we can call the state and get resources from them. So this is just an agreement between you and GEMA that allows you to do that. This agreement will be good for 4 years, so it expires March 2024. The current agreement we are in now expires March 1st of this year.
No, I would just ask the mayor or the council to give the mayor authority to sign this rather than review it. It was not added Friday.
No, there's no cost, and what this will clarify, if y'all can remember, when the city of Loganville helped the city of Social Circle during Irma, during all the cleanup, this will give you a couple avenues to get your money back, whereas we know we lost that money. We were just being good neighbors and helped out at the time. This will give you the power to either hand them a bill, and they go get the money for you and then reimburse you through GEMA that way, or give you the power to go to GEMA yourself and get your money. So, hey, that I helped another municipality out, here's what we incurred, and we want to claim it. So that's kind of also what this gives you the power to do. The only thing that I would recommend for the council, and it's completely up to you, it's just a recommendation for me, is on Appendix A and Appendix B. Somewhere on there, if you would like, you could put my name down as one of the authorities to do this for you. So the Appendix A is basically the signatures of anybody that you want to be able to request these materials. So anybody's able to request them from the municipality. You can call them up, GEMA. You can call GEMA up and request these. The problem with it is, what you will learn in this ICS 402 class is, once you make that call to GEMA and you request whatever you request, they're going to return a call to me and make sure it's validated. So they're gonna go through, you're gonna go through those hoops, and they're gonna call me and make sure it's validated, being the EMA director for the county, and then I have to verify yes or no. So it's just, it cuts red tape out if you just put my name down here to authorize those materials. Because if you're busy doing storm cleanup, and your fire chief, or whoever you designate to be the incident commander over your EOC or however it is, they may be too busy to call GMA. I have a few more connections that they don't have, and I can be able to get that ball rolling for you.
Shouldn't we go through all requests go to you as the EMA director?
They should go
That's
through
how
me.
it's been in the past, it was, in order to get
Absolutely.
assistance, they had to go through whatever county, it was Gwinnett, it goes to Gwinnett, it's Washington, we go through.
Right.
That's still the same, correct?
You're correct.
Okay.
They don't have to go through me, but they should go through me.
Right. Well, I think our standard policy is we go through the EMA director, because they have, if you do something wrong, limit your funding, so that's why you go through
Right.
the EMA director.
So in a nutshell, most of the times if we have to operate an EOC, that's an emergency operations center where I have all your department heads that I need into a command center room with me, and we're operating on a mass emergency throughout the whole county. Your department heads will be there feeding me information, and I'll be feeding them information, and they'll be documenting, which will help the process in getting your money back. But so eventually it will all go through me. But just in case, if you have a small culvert that's, maybe a tree fell from a high wind and it blew up a culvert that's gonna cost you 10 grand to fix, you can call, and you don't have the resources because you're busy doing other things, you can call the state to get resources to help fix that. The problem is they're gonna call me. So that's why it's just easier for you to call me with those situations and let me get that help for you. Because we may have somebody in social circle that's on this list that can do that. And I can get them to you quicker than having to go through GMA. So that's Appendix A. And Appendix B is, I would just recommend my name being on there also. Of course, I know the attorney will look over that and make all those decisions. Not as your final point person to get these funds for you, but just list me on there as an assistant to help whoever your final point person will be to get those funds. Because in Irma, I was the one that got it for the city. If y'all remember, I did all that work. And I was just feeling my way through the dark, if you will. And now that I have that experience from Irma and a couple of other incidences, because February has lit us up, so that I will be an asset to them. They can call me, reach out to me, and I can give them any hands they want to get as far as that goes. So that's it in a nutshell on mutual aid. Do y'all have any questions for me on that?
Anybody in the audience have any questions for Mark? Consent agenda, everybody's good with that? Good. Thanks, Carl.
Yes, sir, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for coming out tonight. It's good to see you. I hope you come back Thursday, and here's why. Chief McHugh and Assistant Chief Dick Lowry are going to give a presentation. I don't know how I would title it, right? Police officer, it's about police officers, right? But what am I looking for? What's the word? You haven't seen it? Well, Linda has. Well, anyways, it is a fantastic presentation. It'll take about 30 minutes. It's about everything that the police officers go through. And it is just unbelievable. It's going to be 30 minutes, and I promise you when you leave, you're going to say, that was worth it. What is it? No, this is just when they're going to be talking up to the presentation about what they go through every day.
Oh, he's talking about the one we did for Brian.
The trial. Or something. How good was that?
There you go, Pat. Tell him.
Half good right there.
Janice was there.
Janice Tripp was there. Exactly. So please come back. It's great to see you, and that's all I have for you there.
Definitely, you don't want to miss it Thursday. It's a great presentation. Pat, Janice was there. Thank you. Chairman Jay Bowling, coming down to public utilities, Chairman Bill DeBall.
Thank you, Mayor. Can you hear me?
Sir, yes, we can hear you.
Good, Bill. Yeah, exactly. I guess first of all, I want to start off by thanking all the city workers that worked. We had fuel spill out on 78 from Kroger last week, Thursday last week. I know I was out, got to detour around, went down Bay Creek and ran into 81, saw Chris out there at the corners. So you're hopping around. So thank y'all very much. A lot of work. I think that went to like 9 o'clock that night. We have a few things on the agenda. Let's see. First of all, we have Chris Yancey's requested to purchase a camera head for the sewer storm drain inspection tool. I guess the camera that we have on it is no longer working. They use this to inspect sewer lines and monitor blockages, and those got to be, I guess, micro, it's a dirty job. To replace this tool, it's $22,000. It's covered under the sewer department's budget, and so it's in the budget. What do we do? What's my next move, Danny?
This is a budget item, any questions?
Any questions from the fellow? So I'm gonna go ahead and hold on to it and bring it up Thursday.
You said you're gonna bring it up on Thursday?
Sure. Okay. So, the second item is, also from, a request from Chris Yancey. He's got, purchased a 2024 Explorer. This is to replace a 2005 Chevy Trailblazer with over 223,000 miles. It's seen its better days. It's not worth to maintain. He's got a cost for $30,331. The estimate from Allen Digital Ford. That is state contract.
Would Loganville Ford can't beat that price? Chris?
Loganville Ford does participate in the state contract.
Oh, I know. Former city manager Bill Jones and I met with, Brad, and told me to bring every deal that we have to him to keep us local. So can we at least cut it by that?
I mean, like I said before, y'all told us to go state contract, so if you wanna change it, then you need to give us the authority to.
Do we have a limit if we go over, I don't know, or
So
something?
it kept us from shopping around because
Right.
what would happen is we call some, get 3 quotes,
You need to get through.
and then, we go back and forth, trying to, this guy was $500 cheaper, go back to the other dealer. So then, it happened when I was actually took the checks, bought the car, and then I was told from Bill Jones not to buy it after I already gave the man the check, so it was quite embarrassing to save $500. So then the council decided to do state contract. Every dealership has the ability to bid if they wish, but Loganville Ford, to my knowledge, just chose not to bid. We have bought some from him in the past. You remember we bought the 4 vehicles from Ken, his name, and Ken Yeager, and he misquoted us, and we ended up $14,000 more, if y'all remember that, and so y'all keep that approved. So now it's a simpler to go and say, this is what we want, what's the cost, but we'll do whatever the council pushes.
Danny, would it be safe to say, even though they're local, Loganville Ford has not been very friendly with the city, is that correct? Is that why? Would it be safe to say that?
I would say that if they can beat the price, they would have done it, they would have gone on state contract.
Exactly.
But they have not, so it's hard for department heads to call 4 or 5 different things.
Exactly.
And typically, we ran into the issue where Aikens Ford would return a phone call, and said, you're not gonna buy it from me, so I'm not gonna waste my time. So it came with quite an ordeal in 2015, But again, we'll do your wishes.
I wish to stay contract.
Any other comments? Any comments from the public? All right, we'll move that forward.
You want to put this going on Thursday, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And, let's see, the last one is, so, and you'll have to help me with this one, Chris, Chris Yancey's made a request for authorization for engineering consulting services by McFarland Dyer to perform the final design on High Street, the drainage, sidewalks, driveway, just to finish out that project. This is all particularly on the CDBG grant. Yes. And the money for the work will be about $487,000, but the engineering work we're about to need to approve tonight is the $46,790 for the engineering services.
We have to pay a 20% match, and our match is the engineering. And that's to complete the other side of the con. You can go there now, you can see the left side, if you want to work around, it's the right side, correct, Chris?
Any questions? questions for the So, I'll go ahead and do this one, do consent.
Consent? Okay.
Yes, sir. And that's all I have.
All right, thank you so much, Chairman Bill DeWall. Coming down to Public Works / Facilities, Chairman Linda Don.
Mayor, I have no actionable items tonight.
All right, thank you so much. Economic Development Chairman Danny Ford is not here. He will not be here for the rest of the week. Do we have anything, Danny, on this?
This stuff is under me, the contracts.
Well, coming down to City Manager's Report, Danny Robbins.
Thank you, Mayor. I do have one thing that Linda probably doesn't know about, but I'm gonna go ahead and, it's under Linda, but just, sorry, I know we don't talk much and I should give it to you tonight. But Linda, we're gonna talk about the abatement on 254 Pecan. We're gonna talk about, this is more of an update for y'all. Y'all approved this December of 2017 to abate the tattoo shop, which I don't know the address of that, but the building next to it is 254, the old City Hall. Prior to that, it was Janice, it was the bank, correct? I don't know what it was before that, before my time, I think. But it's the old building, the tattoo parlor is caving in. It does have asbestos in it. Our consultant that came in and told us what it needs to be. The price from 2017, it went up, but he agreed to match it, so it's not to exceed $30,000. But we will start abating that in the near future. And then right after we get it abated, we're gonna have to remove those structures. It is becoming a safety concern. Randall has informed me that it needs to come down. So not quite sure if we're gonna remove the house on Lucy Street and Covington Street, because we own that as well. But we may let the fire department train it once the asbestos is removed, and then probably end up tearing that down as well. But we're still seeing if we can do it under ourselves or have to hire a demolition company to remove it. So before it gets out all over social media, it has nothing to do with us. It's just a safety concern that we're going to remove. I'm telling you now, so you know. But we did talk about this in December of 17, if y'all remember. But anyway, this is an update. Any questions?
So once the abatement starts, how long does it take?
He estimated with Randall's here, a little over 2 weeks to abate all 3 properties.
So it's done before concert season?
Yes. Hopefully, I mean, I can't say that with rain, but yes, that's our intention is having it done soon. Any questions from you?
Okay, Joanne first. Is it just contained to that one building? I'm pretty sure I know the building you're talking about. I mean, that's.
Yes, 2 buildings side by side.
Yeah, the flower shop.
Well, yeah, I've heard that 2 people main on the corner on the right side.
Yeah.
If you look at the bills, that's on the right, and then it has I think still has the A on the window, and that was a tattoo parlor.
Yeah.
So those 2 buildings alone.
Okay.
And then you have, I believe it's 190 Covington Street. That's the correct address. That's on the corner of Lucy and Covington. It's a small house that we purchased 16, I think, 2016. It does have asbestos as well.
But like, have all of the, I mean, there's not buildings and houses.
We only test the
that and
buildings.
not other ones.
Well, we only test legally ours. We don't test other buildings. Asbestos, as long as you don't touch it, it's fine. It's just when you tear it down, it becomes a problem. So before they demo it, they have to remove it. Just like this building has asbestos, but since we didn't disturb it, we didn't have to remove it. But once it's,
So every building that the city owns there has been inspected?
those 3 buildings have been tested. We only own those 3. The ones we tore down, I don't know what year that was, 15, those were abated as well. All except for one. One was not abated, and that's where we let EPD. We got our hands slapped, so. But other than that, that's the, any other questions on those buildings? Okay. Mayor, I have a Loomis contract for you. It's a 3-year contract proposal. It is to not get too in depth with our finances, but we would like to have a safe and have an armed carrier pick up our money. Right now, we have a police escort. When we go to the bank, we can make our deposits. With this system, we currently swapped over to all of our checks are now scanned on the day, but now we still have to do it cash. So what this system is a safe like bank's huge. once you put the money in safe, it's accounted for, it's automatically directed into our account, so if God forbid something bad happens, we're covered by FDIC. They will make the pickups on a determined schedule from them. And, it's once a week pickup, we don't know the time nor the hour, so, for safety reasons, but, I would ask you to give us authority to enter this contract 3 years, also in your packet, $380 per month for the service.
Danny, I've been here 6 years, why now?
Well, we tell you the truth, we should have done it a while back, but this is, came from the audit as a security manager, but it's something that, since I've been the city manager, it's one of the things I've just wanted to do. So I can't speak on why we didn't do it in the past, I can only speak to why I'm here. It's just safety, plain and simple.
So we want a safe or service?
Safe and service.
But
It's a Loomis safe, you rent it from them, they come in, install it, and then once it's installed, the Loomis armor's carrier, like you see it in establishment, and they withdraw the money and take it. If we need change, they'll provide us with change.
How much is the total at Camp Fire?
Hey, Danny,
Yeah.
it looks like if we went with the 5-year, we'd get the equivalent of a year free.
Yeah, we talked about the 5-year, but it was not beneficial for what the safe was cost. We can buy the safe outright,
Okay.
but after speaking with him,
It's $309.06 per month for a 5-year and $380.70 per month for a 3-year. It's right at the top of the packet. It's like it's ahead of all the planning and zoning stuff.
It's $20,000 roughly.
we spend more in personnel than we do in this. It takes 2 personnel just to go to the bank. And then sometimes we're out of 10 minutes, sometimes we're there as long as we've been there to the bank.
so it's 2 people in a police escort on their back.
One city hall staff, 1 police officer.
Now that we need it.
Yes. So this is an internal control. This helps keep cash in-house. It goes from the person who collected the cash to the safe. So that locks down customer service, obviously for that, and it also keeps it from leaving this building. It also keeps your police officers from having to escort us for an hour at a time every day.
Is this something that daughter?
It is. This helps our internal control, so this will be a high mark for us with them, so. Okay.
That if you say we need it, I'm saying, okay.
I wasn't getting none.
Greg, I think Greg wanted to say something.
I was just gonna say, pretty nice comment, I was gonna say the same thing about this program. Because every day, we come here, we pick up the city, we call this work group, and people that are facing that, they're upset. Look, it's no secret, like we're talking, all these guys that are working, whatever, I know they're talking. You take this out, you get the routine. I think if you get somebody that's really casing, to pick up on that routine.
Did you make sure?
Another good point is they take full liability, so they're in and out with a scheduled amount of time that they have to be. They're tracked by, GPS, yeah, they're tracked, so they have to be in within that amount of time. And once he walks out that door, it's on them, the liability's on him.
Would they have access to our?
They would be escorted in, but we're not allowed to have any contact with them, so they'd be let in the door, they would walk straight to the safe. They have the code, we don't. They withdraw the money, they put it in their secure bag, and they leave. Got it. No conversation will transpire.
There was something about once you put the money in the safe, it's there.
It's accounted for, it's just like it's in our account.
So why did we want to do a 395?
After speaking with him, it's just 3 is just a better plan, he said. Because the safe, we can buy the safe outright. I don't have that, I apologize, I left it in my office.
That's okay.
But it was, you're just paying a lot more money in 5 years versus 3 years overall. Once you save the space.
Okay. Can you go back and look at that?
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
try to tomorrow.
The per year cost is $800 cheaper, which means we almost get a year free. Now, if there's other charges that are evident in that $300.
Yeah, and then if we cancel the contract, you have to pay the remaining contract or.
Right, but if we're gonna have audit, I mean, if it's a part of audit, we're gonna have to keep some kind of.
And the main reason I don't like 5-year contracts. That's another reason. But I have those numbers for you.
Is there any
Questions about this? That's just something we're gonna bring up on Thursday, correct? Okay, we'll bring it up.
All right, next thing I have, Mr. Mayor, is, just housekeeping items, the contracts and fireworks, just ask for y'all to those for consent. Bless you. They're within my limit, but they are contracts, therefore they need to be in the minutes. Now I say consent.
All right, some of these, what Danny's talking about is, contracts to our concerts. We got, and I'm gonna call Christie up, maybe she can talk a little bit about it, because we got if you guys haven't been to our concerts on the third Friday starting in May, you need to come out, and this is what we are, this is basically just entertainment for you, and we're gonna approve this contract for them. We got great bands coming in, so Christie's gonna talk a little bit about it.
Hello everyone, I wasn't prepared to be here tonight, so I don't have it with me, but basically, for us to start Root on the Green, I have to go out and, get bands, and of course, they send us a contract, and of course, I send these contracts to the council. But I do know right off the bat that I do have a swing in my diamonds book for May the 15th, they will kick off our Root on the Green. We have a wide variety of music this year, so we're really excited about it, and we just have completed our calendar of events for the year, so we'll have that out for you.
So we have Departure, who's the Journey Tribute Band, right?
Yes, but they're actually performing at our fireworks show
Fourth of July.
June the 27th.
What's the name, Sally?
They are, I don't know the month, June,
What kind of music?
like Southern rock country.
Electric Avenue.
80s.
Wow.
Keep going.
I don't know, that's the only three I have.
I know, I didn't know, I did not bring this for the day.
All right, thanks, Chris.
Sorry.
I guess that's it. So, any comments from the, it's gonna be great?
Do we vote on those? I think you just need approval, because this is a contract. Yeah. Do we vote on those contracts?
Yeah.
The bands? Okay. All right, my bad.
Any questions about our bands? Bring your bands issue. All right, go ahead.
All right, 2 more items, so if you haven't told you that there's a new, this literally just came in at 5:30. The simple one is, when SDS expires February 28th, we've already done an extension. We do not have the resolution yet, Gwinnett has not sent it, but they just finalized this Friday night. I called today, he still has not got it, so I would ask the council if we can get it in time before February 28th, instead of having to call a council meeting, give the mayor authority to sign the SDS agreement, as long as Robin's okay with it. There will be a resolution like we did with Walton that we have to sign, but the SDS, the only thing that changed for us was we expanded the water territory a little bit, the sewer territory, and we did some housekeeping items on roads that were supposedly under Gwinnett control, but they were our roads, so we fixed that. Chris, I believe that was it that we did for the water sewer. They're pretty much the same as last SDS. If nobody's familiar with SDS, it's a 10-year agreement that all governments have to agree on of who will provide what and who will tax for what. So we have to do one with both Gwinnett and Walton, and this one is with Gwinnett. Any questions on that? Once when Robin gets the agreement in IGA with Gwinnett County's attorneys. Or it may come from the Gwinnett Municipal attorney, I'm not sure how they'll send it. The next item is a housekeeping item for the Walton SDS, which we've already approved, but the DCA has returned it to us, Development and Community Affairs, because the word grant was not in the SDS agreement. So therefore, we have to do a new resolution, add the word grant, which Robin has. I'll ask that y'all get authority and the mayor to sign that as well. If we don't do it, Monroe and Social Circle will not get a CDBG grant.
We gotta do it. We gotta do it.
So I had to bribe them a little bit.
Consent?
Consent for that as well?
Consent for that.
I think, Mr. Mayor, that's all I have tonight.
Thank you so much, Danny Roberts. Coming down to City Attorney Robin Webb.
I have no actionable items this morning.
All right, well, thank you so much. That concludes our meeting for today. Come back on Thursday, like Jane said, we got the, Gwinnett, we got the police department presentation. We also got the Gwinnett, census proclamation on Thursday. Look forward to seeing you 3 days from now at 6:30.
We're not talking about the Connolly development at this meeting?
No, sir. Not, today's not community feedback. Thursday, come back on Thursday. With that being said, I want to ask for a motion to adjourn. We got a motion. We got a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
So on
Aye,
Thursday,
opposed, like sign.
we get to speak on Thursday?
Yeah, you can speak on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday night.